So, dear friends, dear colleagues, good day to you. I suggest that we start our session. We have a very innovative title for the session, and the projects are going to be truly innovative as well. So, we will talk about the best innovation solutions to improve business performance using artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So, the Agency of Strategic Initiatives, and my name is Mikhail Makarov. I'm the director of the Department of International Relations. So, we are focusing on innovative projects. So, let me say a few words about the agency. We were established 12 years ago by the order of then Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, and everyone knows the name of the Agency for Strategic Initiatives. However, this is the agency for promoting novel projects. So this is the key focus of our activities. So we are searching and promoting the projects that are oriented at system changes in social and economic spheres. So if we talk about our Office of International Relations, we promote those projects that are focusing on international markets, and we have a portfolio that we refer to as Go Global. So within the framework of this project, we work with projects that have to do with technologies and technical cooperation, and that includes automation, robotics, unmanned flying vehicles, Internet of Things, energy efficiency, everything what has to do with green technologies, hydrogen, waste recycling, smart cities, and of course digitalization of the industries, not only industries, so the artificial intelligence and cloud technologies, big data, predictive analytics, and so on. So it is my pleasure. Before we move on to presentations, I'd like to introduce our dear experts. Kikeva Gilian Vadimovna, the director for promoting projects at the BRICS Institute. Would you like to say a few words, and then we will introduce our experts one by one, and then we will give the floor to our presenters. Just turn on your mic. Hello, my name is Gillian. I'm the accredited expert for educational projects at the Institute of Health of BRICS, and I'm very interested in medical field, traditional and non-traditional. So we promote experts and in the medical field. We are interested in new technologies because many centers, medical centers, large or small, still use Excel tables. So it's very exciting to see what can be introduced today, and it will be great to see what can be implemented at the Institute of Health of BRICS. Thank you, Elena Vladimirovna. Our second expert is Bulatov Aidar, member of the General Council of Business Russia, chairman of the board of directors of the Bulatov Group Management Company. Hello, dear members. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you here in my homeland. So I'm an investor. We have our venture fund. We work a lot with artificial intelligence. We have a company called Capital Solution that supports projects at any stage of their development. So good luck to you all, and I hope that you all will benefit from being here. Thank you, Aidar. Our next speaker is Alexei Taranov, head of the Direction of Technological Entrepreneurship at the IT Park State University in Kazan. Hello, dear colleagues. Hello, dear startups. IT Park historically has helped in promotion for startups. So we help to receive contracts, GRs, and so on. So we have two technoparts for your disposal, and we have a great startup hub where we are waiting for quite mature startups. So we are always glad to see any of you. We will help you in your development, and together with you, we are ready to develop your technologies. Thank you. Our next expert is going to be connected online, Dr. Khalid Al-Hajja, founder of DIFA Consulting Group. Dr. Khalid, are you with us?
Yes. This is Dr. Khalid Al-Hajjaj. DIFA Consulting Group, and we are investment, and we present a number of investors in Saudi Arabia. Actually, I was supposed to be in this panel in Kazan, but problem I am in hearing and seeing the innovative products and within this forum. And I would like to say one word about this 15th International Economic Forum. Where it is innovation in all aspects. Thank you. And I think this forum is will impact on the economy and the relationships between Islamic countries and Russia, where Russia proves to be one of the main enablers for Islamic countries and others. And this forum has chosen a very good and wise slogan. Trust and cooperation, essential parts and pillars of an It is this forum represents innovation, innovative companies, and most of all, it's an open innovation, where it has all organizations from many countries together to discuss economy, obstacles, and everything. I hope we see the emergence of this forum in across the world as well. Saudi in particular. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Khalid. I hope that next time we will have a chance to see you here. We are always welcoming you here, and we invite you to Russia, to Kazan, to Moscow. We are going to have lots of events this year. And also within the framework of our presidency at BRICS, I would like to introduce our next expert, Sergey Solousov, CEO of MIMS Investment Group. So, Sergey, hello, dear colleagues. I represent MIMS Invest Group. We are based in OUE. We have engineering companies in our portfolio. Our focus is on Russian companies, but also we develop a German company. So we have established a joint venture together with them, and we would like to develop the market of module structures in Oman, in OU. So VR technologies are very relevant for us. We'd like to be in line with the modern trends. So hopefully our expertise will be helpful for everyone. Thank you, Sergey Anatolyevich. Now I would like to move on to our presenters and taking into consideration the fact that we have an hour and a half and we have 9 companies, I would suggest to give 5 to 7 minutes for the presentation and then 3 to 5 minutes for Q&A. And now I would like to give the floor to our first present of the first project, and this is going to be a solution for the medicine. This I'd like to introduce Bernadotte Alexander Karl, founder of Neurosputnik, and he will talk about hypercortex and introducing neuro interface for neuro interface and neurogaming. So very interesting project. Alexander Karl, the floor is yours. Hello, dear colleagues. Yes, hello. As far as I understand, we should share the presentation independently, correct? Я не вижу это.
Спасибо. Я представляю проект нейрокортекс и нейрогерминг. И компания
I suggest I represent two companies, Neurosputnik. So we cover such issues as mental management, mental control. There are areas where it is necessary to provide the mental management, not management and control by joystick, hands and feet. That has to do with people with certain incapabilities, but also that covers management and gaming, VR, and so on. Besides mental management, another important area is the speed of management, and that is applicable for hypersports and also construction, delivery of cargo, and so on. And today, when it comes to the speed of management, the speed is 1.2 seconds, and some of the sportsmen can have 20 commands per second, and this is a physical limit, and that has to do with the speed of impulse conduction from brain to hand and so on. And mental management can decrease this speed by 1 or 2-fold, depending on the way you look at it, through neurogame. So the next slide, please. And this is how this solution looks like. It is a non-invasive neural interface, and we use software on the gadget, and it can identify up to 30 commands. And here on the slide, you see how it's going to look like. There is a human being in the chair who can control the car in a game, computer game, and he gives only mental commands, and he does not do any movements whatsoever. So the solution itself is a neural interface that consists of encephalogram, and there are several algorithms that convert information, and there is a mobile application and there is a service. So through the neural interface, we can control most of arcade games and more serious games as shooters, Doom, and we are going to use Atomic Heart as well. The next problem we work with is the mental enhancement and neural rehabilitation. And when I talk about it, I talk not only about neural rehabilitation in the clinical aspect, but we are talking about individual aspects like stress, counteracting the burnout syndrome and post-COVID stress and so on. It works with hypercortex. We also here a special program and software complex that allows us to enhance mental capabilities. The next slide, please. And here you see how it happens. We use my methods of neuroplasticity, and it helps us to reflect the neural activity on the interface, and we can engage any area of the brain in the mental control. So here I will give you the case.
IQ 104, а через 3 месяца у него уже было IQ 119. Результат этой методики может быть верифицирован как на морфофункциональных тестах, на IQ-тестах и так далее, так и на
CT and MRT tests. So first we measure the cortex, and then 3 months after we also measure cortex in the area that is necessary or might be necessary to boost. So that's how neurointerface looks like. So this is the hard part. That's how a device looks like. Next slide, please. That's how a second device with 8 electrodes looks like. That is oriented to the condition of the brain, and it helps to tackle anxiety and other mental disorders. That's how our application looks like. So it calls the Cortex game, and it makes it possible to connect our interface to arcade games and more complicated games as well. That's the architecture of our neuro solution, mobile application or server of intellectual server that trains neural networks on a specific user. The user itself is trained for neural connection as well, and so there is an inter-training of both neural network and the user. So our technology, we have a special technology of processing of data, so we take seriously mass data, and that allows us to have an advantage of 30 mental games that no other company in the world is able to offer. So we also develop our own electronics. We have our own controllers that allows to implement our algorithm into our hardware. We have our own protocol of data transmission. It's a BA dots, so it's similar to Bluetooth. We write drivers that makes it possible to use our devices cross-wide and integrate existing service to our devices. Our algorithm of artificial intelligence are unique, and they help to define mental orders up to the state of the art. Here you see some of our competitors. Most of them focus on the wellness, meditation, sleeping disorders, and apart from us, there is only one company called Emotive that help to define or recognize some mental orders of movement, and they can recognize only 4 orders of movements, while we recognize up to 30. And we are the only company that is aimed to neuroplasticity with the use of neurointerface. And one more slide. As for McKinsey data, the market of market is $2 billion, and it has growth of 17%. Mostly it's medical segment, and devices get the most in demand, and these trends will exist up to 2035. We pretend to gain more than 50% of the market due to the specifics and plasticity of our devices, and we would like to take 10% of the BRICS market. Our target audience, B2C, are gamers, people with limited capabilities in terms of movement, and those who want to improve their communicational skills. So these are our most proactive audience. As for B2B and B2G, those are sports centers, rehabilitation centers, and companies that think about their employees, those who want, for example, to tackle COVID side effects. That's how our devices look like. This is our technical director who has our device on his head, and he's playing with it ping pong. As for monetization, due to the selling of devices, we sell Neuron and Hermes devices, as well as Cortex Game and Hypercortex. So we use personal cognitive training within for $30,000, and it could be done individually. Our company is not large, so we have about 10 employees. I'm the CEO of the company. I'm a mathematician and a doctor, and it will help us to use congruently our segments, and we have so we cover all possible needs in order to provide further development in the field of medicine, artificial intelligence, software, and hard development. We also have fluctuating team of software developers, up to 5 people, and schema technicians, up to 5 people. Currently, we already have sales. Nevertheless, up to a round, we would like to attract investments up to $2 million. And the percentage could be discussed. Our next round would be at up to $10 million. We would like to sell this year up to 5,000 devices. We have an Indian partner that is interested in the sales to greatest extent. Well, thank you very much. So scan the QR code, and I would be very happy to answer questions. Well, thank you very much. I'm very much impressed. I have a feeling that I got somewhere in the future. So, dear experts, do you have any questions? Well, perhaps I could be surprised easily, but I was absolutely impressed with this innovation. I have a question. How possible is it to accredit this device via Ministry of Health in order to use it in our medical centers? Well, we would be very much interested in that because this technology is very strong with a very high potential in neurorehabilitation in particular. And if we talk about a group of people up to 45 years old, those are people that have quite high neuroplasticity that we could activate for neurorehabilitation. So we would love to introduce it in rehabilitation centers of Russia, and do it with the support of the Ministry of Health would be absolutely great. So we got high interest from the rehabilitation center from the city of Solnechnogorsk. So if you would like to discuss with us possibilities of further clinical trials, we'll be very happy to do it. Well, thank you very much. We would be happy to provide you with clinical base. Well, thank you very much. Colleagues, more questions? Alexandra, thank you very much for your presentation. IT Park from the city of Kazan. Talking about sales, I was not you say that you already have some sales. Who are your customers, and what's your turnover? What's your current growth? We started sales in the March of 2024, and currently we work in luxury segment. Mostly our devices are bought at the price of 300,000 rubles. I'm talking about the Hermes device. And all sales today are done due to my own reputation. So they're done by top management of Sber, Beeline, and so on. So this is luxury segment. That's how it got started. As for our Indian partner, Indian distributor, he is very much involved in the further sales, and he promises to have 500 orders at the end of March, so he will be here very soon, and we will see. We work on the terms of advanced payment at amount of 100%. Then later on I can show you a corporate account. How did you develop this project? Did you get any grants or investments, or was it only your personal cost? Currently, this project is being developed due to my personal investments. Well, thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much, dear Alexandra. I suggest to move on, and if may I ask one more question? In fact, this is not the first project I see. In parallel, there are quite many similar projects. Can you point, what is your unique selling point? What is your unique advantage? I think there was a slide on this devoted to this. Well, in fact, there are quite many projects devoted to neurotechnologies. We have two unique selling points that distinguish us from our competitors. First of all, we recognize up to 30 mental orders compared to 4 by our next competitor. And the second one is the methodology aimed to neuroplasticity. We realize this is my own methodology, and no other company is not able to realize it, and it's been patented. No other company provides a similar technology. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Alexandra. And we move on. Our next project is, I would like to introduce Bogdan Dragulenko, the director of ASI platform, the head of the Center of Transfer Technologies. Bogdan, the floor is yours. So you're going to talk about rehabilitation or rehabilitation of the patients, right? Well, yes, indeed. Let me switch on my slides. and 50,000 people suffer from strokes every year. So that's the population of a city. So doctors can handle strokes at an early version, but rehabilitation virtually do not exist at the full extent. And this is a problem not only of Russia, but of many countries. We are talking about lack of medical personnel and so on, and as the core reasons. So you do certain exercises, but how properly you do it is a question. And if wrong patterns are fixed, it leads to some disbarments in future for stroke patients. What do we do with our project? We make a high efficacy of rehabilitation and make rehabilitation more affordable. We know that in larger cities, rehabilitation centers are good, but if you go somewhere in remote areas, yes, rehabilitation is hot issue. So we also know that doing sports, for example, that wrong posture can go to disc protrusions, and the same goes even the same goes with the patients. The digital platform ASI was established especially for rehabilitation. We learned a neural net. We worked together with the Institute of Brain. We got consultations by Galina Ivanova, who is a senior rehabilitologist in Russia. What is our unique point? We made a unique base on volunteers that underwent strokes, and we have rehabilitologists in our team. So we have a scientifically proved approach and methodology that is applied already today. As for innovative points, it's a unique data set. And we upgrade it continuously. What is important is continuous monitoring. If patient does something wrong, we see it, and the doctor sees it as well. So artificial intelligence is objective. If you do something wrong, the system would not count it in. Unfortunately, when a doctor is absent and there is a relative that tracks how properly, the precision of the exercises, there could be a human error. It doesn't happen with a computer program, so objective feature is important. What is our patient can get some claims, get some complaints, and the doctor sees in a text file that there was a complaint. And then such a complaint is transformed into a text file, then sent to the patient, to the doctor, sorry. As for technological features, it's a human reports estimation, and what we do. By 18 points, we build up a human skeleton, and a computer at home can track your movements. It is an affordable system compared to other solutions offered on the market. We got the registration for software. We are included in the register in the clinical trial governments. It's an international system. Later on, we are going to get a registration certificate. So which allows to use this product to boost rehabilitation. We have quite many feedbacks, but the most important is the feedback of the senior rehabilitologist of Russia, who entirely supports this technology. So I showed you just a few of them, and ASI also supports us, and thank you very much for that too. B2B, B2C, and B2G are possible ways to develop our business opportunity. 500 billion rubles are lost annually due to the strokes. So this is a cumulative loss, because when somebody is has a stroke, family members are involved in this issue too, and so that leads to huge economical losses. As for financial criteria of the projects, so that we could so the financial model is quite good. We have completed it, and we applied our documents to register it. As for our competence, so it's a second medical technical project, and our first project was sold to a private company. So this is our team. We have a rehabilitologist who works in the Center of Brain, Artem Pavlikov is our programmer, and myself. Altogether, we have invented this story, and we brought our team where we are. So what would we like to receive? we'd like to receive services to be offered to various regions. We already have some arrangements with Kazan, and we would like to receive some assistance with registering medical products. And we're also looking for a strategic investor, and up to 20% of share is something what we are ready to discuss. After writing an NDA, we can demonstrate more value and so on. Here is my contact information. I also would like to show you the next presentation, how it works for the patient. So it will be more illustrative. So there is an interface for the doctor. This is a simplified model. The patient has an interface, the doctor can see on a daily basis what each and every patient does, and the patient, being anywhere, can receive qualified help from the doctor from any location who will be connected to the system. So here you see the patient profile progress. We see the quality of doing exercises. So now the complex contains 10 exercises, but we are going to develop more exercises. And so far we have developed exercises for the shoulder because that was the request from the patient, especially those who need rehabilitation. So here is creation of a training. What is important? We demonstrated this product at the Army Forum. It can be very helpful for those guys who right now participate in the special military operation, and so the data set is already ready. As for the competitive environment, here it is. I'm ready to answer your questions. Thank you, Bogdan. Dear experts, any questions? Thank you for your presentation. So standard question, who do you sell it in what volumes? Well, at this point, the Institute of Brain is testing the system. The sales are planned for June. So 2,000 for one license, or 1,990 rubles to be exact. So this is an analog like for psychological groups, for instance. So I understand that there is a camera. Yes, there is a camera. So what makes this product unique? So at your notepad or at your laptop, you download the application, and this system uses 17 points to make a model of your skeleton. So the data set is the most unique component, and you need to be able to repeat the movements of the real patients. You can also offer some exercises for other patients, yes. But you see, for athletes, it's a very highly competitive field. I cannot compete with Nike, for instance. As for data sets for patients, here we have a unique stand, and there are probably 3 companies that work with patients. Well, you have high potential, so we are ready to continue communication with you. We can develop the product for children, for instance. And for instance, we can develop special exercises for children, and then we can use any cartoon character who will help children to do those exercises. Okay, dear colleagues, any other questions? Thank you, Bogdan. So the colleagues will get hold of you, and we are moving on to the next project. Now I give the floor to Vladimir Ivanov, the General Director of Magitel, And now we are going to offer a project dedicated to innovative systems in neurosurgery. And dear colleagues, hello. I feel a bit disoriented. I was told that the speech should be around 5 to 7 minutes. And the previous two reports took as long as 1 hour. Well, I will try to take only 5 minutes. So we develop navigation systems for surgery based on added reality technologies. So as for the advantages, that is the effect of X-ray vision. So the surgeon can see the patient and everything inside the patient. So that expedites the speed of the surgery. It's very convenient for use, and it's very portable. So the main idea can be illustrated like this. Look at the video.
За видео.
Okay, where is my video? It's one. So while we're trying to activate the video, I'd like to say that we already have performed 150 surgeries in the leading medical centers of Russia, in St. Petersburg, in Moscow, in Kazan, Novosibirsk. Some of the names of the centers you can see on the slide. How about videos? Are you going to play it or not? Colleagues, hello. So these are our partners with whom we work very closely. As for Kazan, so here you see the medical center named after Seagal. So here you see the system. So you see the special VR glasses and marker system, and the software that is the core element of this entire system. As for our competitors, here you see the famous navigation systems, and but they are analogs because they don't use the added reality technologies except for X-Vision. This is an American company. So here you see the precise data in terms of speed, price, and other factors. So Augmetics, in terms of precision, we are in line with our competitors. As for our technologies, and well, in terms of speed and in terms of convenience, we surpass the competitors. Now let us take a look at the video. So the main idea is to use it with the mandibular facial surgery. So planned MRI is done before the surgery with the marker. So based on CT, we do the 3D model of the locus, and this is the planning of the surgery. So the surgeon can see how he's going to, in this case, reach the cyst, for instance. So now take a look at the surgery. The patient is laid down. We have a very convenient interface, so the surgeon can remember the entire plan of the surgery. So the marker system matches the image with the patient, and this is the effect of the X-ray vision, so you can see the patient and everything what is inside. And finally, in terms of promotion, so for me it's a pleasure to be here at this forum dedicated to cooperation with the Islamic world. In January we went to Dubai, and there we had a meeting with the Deputy Ministry of Health, and our development turned out to be very interesting. So on the 9th of May we went to Turkey, and there real surgeries took place in Ankara at the medical school. We also went to Bahrain, and there we also visited the Ministry of Health. So as for the Gulf area, they're very interesting for us. And with this I finish, and I'm ready to answer your questions. Thank you, dear experts. Any questions? Thank you for your presentation. It's very interesting. So as for your software, is it your own development, and what kind of platform did you use? Of course, this is our own development, but we did not start from scratch. We used open platforms. So our development has 4 patents, and there are 10 certificates of registration, so our rights are well protected. And most importantly, I forgot to say, we received the registration certification of Roszdravnadzor for this system as a medical system for medical use. And thank you for your presentation. And in Turkey, you already conducted real surgeries. Yes, correct. Was it a pilot project? It was a pilot project. Right now we are holding negotiations with our Turkish partners, so we would like to see who could be the dealer to promote this product. Of course, we will need to undergo certification, but this will a pilot surgery, so every country needs its own certification. I cannot fully answer this question. I don't think you need to certify this product or system in every country, but you need to analyze this matter in order not to do unnecessary actions. So would you like to attract investments, or you'd like to sign a contract? Both. Even without having a registration certificate, last year we were able to have 2 sales to the military medical academy and military hospital in Moscow, and of course, this development needs continuous improvement to make sure that we are in line with advanced technologies. Yes, we are interested in investments, and I have another investment presentation, and I'm ready to continue. My last question, how about the risks? Who bears the risks? So you could see the facial surgery. What if there was a confusion between the left and right side, and let's say that surgery was performed on a wrong side? Who bears the risks? Of course, the doctor. This is a navigation system. This is not an automated system. So if we draw analogies with the cars, the navigation system tells you you should not go there, you should go here. But the decision, after all, is made by the driver. So if we did a fully automated system, in that case, we would bear the responsibility. Thank you. Thank you, Vladimir. We are moving on, and now I would like to move on to another block. And now I would like to give the floor to Valery Kharevsky, who is a project manager. This is the Engineering Center of Fire Robotics. Valery, the floor is yours. And I understand that you're going to talk about fire robotics in Russia as a new direction in fire automation. Yes, hello, dear experts, dear moderators, dear attendees, welcome. And I would like to talk about fire automation in Russia. We have developed, based on the task of the Council of Security of Russia, we have developed the first robotics center, and it is unique, one of a kind. My first report was given to the president of Tatarstan, Mr. Minikhanov. Today, we are in top 5 nominees, and we have applied applications for patents in 30 countries, to some Arabic countries, to Saudi Arabia, to UAE, also to some other countries. So we know there is always a causal relation. So the problem is the higher risks for people. So here you see the statistics from the Ministry of Urgent Situations, the number of fires, the damage caused by fires, the number of casualties. So our president, the president of the country, has instructed us to decrease the number of fires, to decrease the volume of damage, and also the number of victims. But as of today, over 50% of fires have catastrophic consequences. So what are the root causes? The root causes for fires are inability to extinguish fire in the first 5 to 10 minutes as the initial stage due to inefficient fire stations. And then second reason is achieving critical temperatures within 5 to 10 minutes. And of course, any fire brigade cannot come to the location earlier than in 5 or 10 minutes. And of course, the third problem is the conservative approach in design, and unfortunately, that does not take into account the dynamics of fire propagation in time and space. And the analysis of efficiency, unfortunately, has not been carried out properly. So one of the efficient ways is a conceptual new way for fire protection of buildings based on the modern modeling and use of modern fire fighting systems. And this is all done fully automatically. So here I present to you the mathematical modeling of fires. You see on top the real nuclear station, the machine room, and here you see in 6 to 8 minutes the temperatures reach such a level that convective column forms and the temperature reaches 650 degrees. And on then you see mathematical model for fire propagation at the power station, and you see just in a matter of 5 to 7 minutes the temperature reaches the critical level. As you understand, 500 degrees is a critical temperature. If you look around you, so it's a similar facility. So vital capacity of our facility is 10 to 12 minutes. So what solutions could be applied? Today, one of the most crucial solution is technology of fire propagation and the base of robotic complexes. What is it capable of? Automatic monitoring of fire condition of the fires in 3D moments. So automatic choice of fire propagation means so far distinguishing remote handling of fire and including video monitoring and independent diagnostics with a completion for any object. What you see at the slides is a real test at Kalinina atom station. During 55 seconds, it detected a model source of fire. How does it look like in real life? Let's have a look at the video. So a turbo generator, due to the issues of gas systems, there was an exhaust of hydrogen with a very high steam generation. Due to the response of the fire alarm system, two robots automatically initiate the search and detection of the source of fire. After detection, it starts to distinguish fire along the whole area with the use of compression foam and optimization of distinguishing parameters, ballistics use and of the foam in remote mode. The second pair of robots that is in charge of the neighboring areas, getting the information of the high temperature of the cable, provides address a sprinkling of the structures that have temperature of higher than 100 degrees. So after the blitz monitoring, robotic system stops supply of fire distinguishing products such as water and foam. If necessary, an operator or a person in charge can handle remotely the operation of robots online in car diapasons. And now there is a demo how it looks like in practice. So there are two mini robots that you see on screen. So this is a model source of fire. So they start to search for it, and it's going to be distinguished with the sprinkling of water. It was detected within 20 to 25 seconds, 5 seconds, and the fire is off. Next slide, please. So, as a practice of use of the Robotechnica means is they applied in more than 100 objects, industrial objects of the power sector, industrial facilities, such as space facility, Vostochny, Vegas City Retail Center, and so on and so forth. And the main mosque in Kazakhstan also is equipped with mini robots, and there are quite many other facilities that already have acquired it. What is the unique point of it? So these are innovative objects, and it's certified within the standards of safety of the Russian Federal Register. We have acquired a few patents, including international patents in 39 countries. The cost of such systems for 100,000 meters with a height of 20 meters. So first one is cost 1,300,000 rubles, and Robotechnica system costs 100 million people. The aim is to minimize casualties and minimization of insurance risks. What about know-how? The further development of our Robotechnics. Today we have reached cooperation with many companies. So we take a digital tool, then we make digitalize fires, and we handle fire alarm system that helps to protect any facility up to 97%. The relevant importance of this project. So this problem is very relevant for investment companies, for owners, for public authorities, and also expert organizations. In the United States and Asian countries, European countries, when there is a design of any projects, locally separate elements of such complex solution are used, but there are no countries that use such a complex solution in order to protect their facilities. As we would like to implement effective anti-fire protection. So we have preliminary reached agreement in the Republic of Tatarstan, and if together with the government of Tatarstan we protect this project, if we can do it digitally with the use of digital modeling, if we link it with anti-accident system, then we will be able to prevent fires. Thank you very much, Valery. Dear experts, do you have any questions? Well, thank you very much. Should we have any questions, we will be very happy to address them. So let's move on to the next project. I'm very pleased to introduce Hamid Nityoatulin, who will be talking about unique possibilities for oil extraction in Russia. Hello, dear colleagues. Thank you very much for invitation on this forum. So our subject is import replacement as a steady development for well completion. So let us talk a bit about oil and gas. As of now, the sphere of well completion, and to be specific, multi-stage fracturing is very relevant. We can say that over 3,000 wells go through multi-stage fracturing. The number of stages goes up as well. If in 2015 there was an average of 5 stages of multi-stage fracturing, by 2030 there can be as many stages as 15. And if you look at such advanced companies as Gazprom Neft and Rosneft, they even have an experience of holding up to 30 stages of multi-stage fracturing. However, there is a number of problems with the available technologies. For instance, standard ball technologies have limitations in terms of diameter that causes a number of problems, as the difference in hydraulic pressure, the propane sedation, and also some difficulties with holding works. Our technology allows to solve some of these problems. So this technology is actually a special coupling with the extractable saddle, as you can see. So this is a removable component, and that is removed after holding all the operations. So some of these components of equipment are removed, and same diameter is left for the entire well. I also should say that removing those components is done just in one round-trip operation, and that allows to save up to 20% of time in the drilling operations according to the standard method. So this is the idea of the technology. After holding all the operations in the well, A special tool is inserted in the well that first hooks the first port, then it goes forward and it hooks other ports, and then it is extracted from the well by means of pooling. So this technology has been tested at Lukoil and Zapadnaya Sibir companies, and also was tested in Kazakhstan. We have carried out the analysis of our competitors, local ones and foreign ones, that offer similar technologies for fracturing. However, only we have the technology with removable saddles, and that causes certain problems that I will touch upon a bit later. So here you see the business model of this product compared to the standard ball technologies. So you see the cost of technologies is similar. However, the cost for the operations, we are talking about fracturing and also removing and also drilling out the saddles. If you use ball technologies, is higher. So by introducing our technology, we are able to save 1 million rubles if we have four-stage well, and if you have a high number of stages, of course, the saving will be higher. So talking about the problems that we have come across, and that is solved together with the Association of Islamic Cooperation. So since we work with high-cost wells, we understand that the company should have experience, and at the same time, we cannot offer tested samples. We must have a certain experience, and because of that problem, we cannot start the serial production of our equipment. So our request here is to help us set up a cluster of companies. Here you see the advanced Russian oil and gas companies that carry out such operations. We are also interested in attracting partners from CIA countries. We also would like to see what standards, new additional standards can be introduced in our country that will help us solve the problem related to the experience, and then eventually will help us launch the serial production. So here you see the team of this project, and here you see the catalog of our company. Thank you very much. Any questions from the experts? No questions. Okay. And we move on to our next project. Now I'd like to give the floor to Anton Alexeyev, the General Director of Novy Kosmos, and he will talk about the implementation of breakthrough projects in the space and digital spheres for Russia's innovative and technological development.
This presentation.
Our project has to do with a new sphere, and this is aerospace industry, and it should not look very far and remote. We are about applicable tasks that are relevant for many spheres, and talking about the application of technologies, we can say that today distance probing of the Earth is a sphere that can be very relevant in a number of industries and can be also for civil application, and it can give additional benefits and profits in the construction area, navigation, and many other areas. So the satellites can be different. They can have to do with Internet of Things, the distance probing, and there are optical satellites and radio location ones. So this technology that I am offering to discuss, this is that radio location story that allows you, regardless of time and light, form an image. An interesting application is not only for monitoring the vessels or for the environment, but for instance, if we have special equipment, we can see the changes of the geometry of the infrastructure programs with the margin of error of only 5 millimeters. For instance, in our country or in other countries, we can monitor the soil near the oil and gas extraction areas. So today, synthetic aperture radar technologies are developing very quickly. So today, UAE announced that they would like to have such a group, so they are looking for partners. Saudi Arabia would like to be partner number 1, and other countries in GCC region also would like to be among such players, and our country is no exception. So we offer a project that implies a satellite that can generate such images, and we could do analytics needed for the industry. So here we already have made a long journey. Our team has members that already launched such satellites, and we would like to offer a high-quality product. So we already have a technical proposal. We did calculation for the device, and now we are looking at the possibilities of for finding large investors. We would like to enter an international market. We compare ourselves to the competitors, and we can see that the economic of the project is really good. And here we have a lower ELR. So very simple economics that implies investments in creating an apparatus, and every image costs between $14 to $90. So it will allow to form the revenue and profit. So 300 million kilometers allow us to pay off all expenses for the satellite, and you can gain this volume of data within half a year, and then the satellite will start generating profit. So now we are at this seed format of the project. So here is my contact information, and let me show you several slides for applying this technology that could be of interest for you or your partners. So here you can see tankers, oil tankers. You can see the level of the oil inside the tankers, so you can do the calculation, you can do the analytics whether this tanker should head to this or that port, and you can. So here you see the dynamics. You can see the changes in the level of oil in tankers. So here you can see changes in the ports. You can see the changes in the dynamics. You can see how much or how little was brought per day. We can. You see some oil spills. And thus achieve the sustainable development goals. The technology also allows to track the infrastructure of ports. You can also track illegal shipments. So you can look at some at the monitoring in ports. You can do identification, and you can see some which of the vessels do illegal fishing. So here you see the difference in 5 days. So you can see how you can plan the route of the vessel and save money, or how you can counteract deforestation like here. And what you can do to prevent it or to control it. So there are many ways to apply this technology. This is a very interesting project for all friendly countries and for our country, for our partners. And I hope that thanks to the possibilities of the Agency of Strategic Initiatives, we will be able to build a dialogue and find investments. And we have already signed a term sheet with one of the funds, and we are very thankful for being selected as top 10 companies that are of particular interest for national sovereignty. Thank you very much. Dear experts, any questions? Thank you for your presentation. Do you already have any sales? Yes, we understand who to sell in Russia. We already communicated with Rosatom. We received some good letters, feedback letters from Rosgidromet. I told you that 5 million square meters allow you to pay off the expenses for the satellite. And for instance, Rosgidromet made lots of images. They made images worth of 98 million square kilometers. So these are potential key consumers. And if, as for Rosatom, they already provided us the subsidies for buying these images. Unfortunately, we don't have any commercial commercial devices that can do such video imaging, and then we will start a negotiation with oil companies, for instance with Gazprom satellite systems. And as I said, as for pipelines, it's a huge market. We are talking about million of kilometers of pipelines. So you can do multiplication, and it's a huge market, and so on. Have you communicated with the military sector? As for Rostechno, yes, we had already one conversation, but there is Rostech, Roscosmos. They do not focusing on the space sphere. Therefore, not really. As for the Ministry of Defense, they are aware of our project. The only resource that EU implies is 200 million rubles, but for the project it's not relevant for our project. So to make a final project, we need different level of financing. Thank you. Thank you, Anton. Can I also ask, do I understand that the main idea of the project is provide technical sovereignty? So there are similar systems, yes, worldwide there are. If you ask, for instance, if for radio location probing, there can be startups from Finland, from US. Yes, there can be a group of satellites up to 36 units. So you can imagine the capacity of 36 units, and of course they work for their markets. As for the Arabic world, they don't provide services so far. How about the friendly countries? Do they have similar projects? No. The US and Finland, Canada, Japan, China, they have several units, but China is not focused on the northern sea route, and so we understand there is accumulation of critical technologies. Can you repeat the economics again? So you said that over the 5 years the investment model can pay off. No, it pays off 6 months after buying the product. The satellite itself costs 2.5 billion rubles. And the software costs 150 million rubles. And if you talk about radar, the capex is 600 to 700 million. So we are talking about the together with the launching system. Yes, correct. As for the analogs, they are more expensive. So in the space scale, it's not a very big amount of money. If we talk about economics, so if you look at more northern route from Kaliningrad to Vladivostok, so 1,800,000 square kilometers, if you multiply it multiplied by the Prince of 1,600 per kilometer. So such two images of aqua territory, it gives already you profitability, and they should be performed not twice a year, but it should be done every 2 days. So therefore, there is a very high demand. And talking about international routes, it could be up to, the territory could be up to 7 million square kilometers. And Therefore, the market is huge indeed, and it accelerates in our countries. On the 17th of April, the state parliament adopted a law that starting from the 2025, all data had to be acquired, so there won't be free of charge images. So this is a very colossal big market, estimated by Roscosmos starting from 100 billion rubles in Russia. But there is no project that has been locked. There are about 6 annonces, 2 of them are in development, but so the technical risk is the main one. So do you have Karolov in your team? No, we have Ivanovs. So what is the term to build up a machine? So if you get investments tomorrow, so how soon you will be able to implement it? So we estimated 2.5 to 3 years. I think perhaps we could do it within 2 years, and the machine would be working on the orbit for 7 years. Is it a single story? It's not possible to get it back and maintain it. So it allows you to earn money to build the second one, third one, and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. And now I would like to introduce you the next project. Renata Babikov, Chief Financial Officer of Bionovatic, will be talking about the system of managing microbiome of the soils. The floor is yours. Hello, dear colleagues. I would like to introduce our company. We work in microorganisms. We study microorganisms. And as of today, the whole world is talking about carbon neutrality, but we neglect a very important component, that half of the carbons are located in the soil, and therefore this is a huge source of emissions, carbon emissions. The organic carbon amount has been reduced by 176 gigatons due to intensive agriculture, and such a trend and anthropogenic emissions by 2050 could be 80 gigatons of additional emissions, which is a very alarming amount. Despite the significance of the potential of the planet, in order to sustain carbon in soils, it's very important to use microbiome in the soil that allows to maintain the level of organic carbon content in soils. Therefore, I would like to introduce Bionovatic company that started from 2012, started to introduce microbiological products for the farming. What do we do in particular? Our company holds 19% of the market share in Russia. Our production capacity is 6,000 tons. During 2023, there have been treated about 100 million hectares with our products, which is recalculated by carbon emissions. So 150,000 tons have been reduced only in 2023. If you recalculate it in the American dollars, it is equal to $1 million. So we reduced carbon emissions by $1 million. And now I would like to introduce you our product range. That is absolutely comprehensive. It has fungicides, growth boosters, and nutrition handlers. So they are integrated into the plants, starting from the seed planting and up to the crop collection. We would like to share our experience in reducing carbon emissions in the farming industry, especially if we talk about application of nitrogen fertilizers. Our products allow to reduce amount of nitrogen fertilizers up to 30%. So if 190 kilos of nitrogen is used for 100 hectares, which will help to decrease carbon emission up to 10 American dollars in the further markets. As of today, this market in Russia is very undeveloped here. We would like to engage investments in order to develop this segment of the markets so that Russian farmers, as American and European ones, could integrate and sell their carbon credits to such companies as Gazprom, Sibur, and so on and so forth. So that's it, dear colleagues. I'm ready to answer your questions. Well, thank you very much, dear experts. Any questions from you? Thank you. Well, thank you very much. And so we have two more products. Ivan Senchev, Deputy General Director of Carbon Tax. He will be talking about smart reinforcement of composite materials. The floor is yours. Well, thank you very much for this great opportunity to introduce our product. Good evening, dear colleagues. Thank you very much for your patience. My name is Ivan Senchev. I introduce Carbon Tax company. I will try to be brief, and I will tell you about our project that calls smart reinforcement, smart composite materials that are. So composite material industry today is a very fast developing market that is used in many fields. Composite materials are used where it's important to use strong materials and light at the same time. So composite materials is often associated as a competitor of metal, and due to its unique features, they are the economical and technological cost effectiveness. It's used in heavy industry, car industry, fleet industry, medicine, construction, sport market, and so on and so forth. Also, it is important to say that they are used in safety devices as well. Those who work with composite materials know that these materials have certain disadvantages. One of the key disadvantages is lower interlayer strengths, and there are low blow resistance that could lead to defects. Another disadvantage is high cost and high involvement of manual labor. Our company, Carbon Tax, solved those problems. Our engineers designed and patented a unique 3D printer. So we developed a special machine that works by different principles. So we produce 3D material, and let me introduce an analogy in construction. So imagine a metal construction that has no vertical pillars. So there are horizontal pillars, but no vertical pillars. It's quite impossible to imagine, because it could be even dangerous to use. But this is the way how we produce, how composite materials are used. So such a multi-layer pile is accepted by the produces when some panel should be done. But if we talk about high loads, so layers composite material is no good. So if it's resistant to the load, it could be break down into layers and destroyed later on. So getting back to our technology, we weave such a volume structure that is filled with further material, and this is revolutionary component of it. Our materials are stronger many times compared to traditional ones. I do understand that it's might be hard to imagine, but so those who who got interested could try it and touch the samples, and our production is is located here at the territory of Kazan Expo. So it's located in the next department, in the next building, and our production is there. So if you got interested, please come there and we can discuss further details later. On this slide, you can see our production field, and our engineering have the expertise that allows to develop a 3D complex. Therefore, together with our partners, we can make a simple machine tool or more complicated tool in order to produce more complicated products. It's made of Russian components, and it also uses software developed by our experts. We are ready for international comparison as well. The production in order to produce composites with 3D quality. So what markets can be potential for these products? On this slide and next slide, we got examples of such markets, as I said. So this is a wide, the application is very wide, and we start to distribute these products on the Russian market. For us, it's very important to involve scientific markets as well as a driver of development globally. In Russia, we don't have competitors unlike the global sphere. So this technology has been developing in the United States, France, Germany, England, Turkey, and so on. But our competitive advantage is that we cover the full circle of production, starting from the machine tool and up to the printing. Our engineers never stop. Recently, we have developed a new material that we call the tropicular composite. I also brought samples of this new material, and I can show it to you. So it's analogous of cell composite panel, but it is very strong due to the very strong carbon thread. It's resistant to corrosion, could be applicable in car industry, aviation industry, navy industry, and so on. We offer our international partners to cooperate together in R&D projects. So it has delayed financial potential, so it could not be could be one of the priorities, but anyways, it's worth mentioning. So please go to our website, carbotex.ru. Many of our products have no analogs due to a very high tear resistance. And as for priority of cooperation is joint realization of investment projects and implementation of our products on your market. In terms of investment attractiveness, our project it has a very high potential due to the very fast development of composite materials market. We are talking about alternative energy, reducing of carbon trace, and so on and so forth, let alone combination of the threads that we use using opto threads. So there are many opportunities, but what I want to say in particular is that technologies of 3D quality are absolutely amazing. And we need partner support. At the end, I would like to remind that our production field is located just 300 meters away. So you are all very welcome to come. And it's called 3D quality, and we can discuss perspectives of our further cooperation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an amazing project indeed. The experts, do you have any questions? Well, thank you. Thank you. And we switch to our very last project. And we are getting back to halal topic, which is very relevant here on this forum. So I'm very happy to introduce Jabaraev Anwar, CEO of the Hachul Halal project, and he will be talking about ecosystem of online services for the movement of goods and services of the halal industry. Hello, dear friends. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I won't be talking about R&D. I will be talking about e-com only, and perhaps some of my information would be interesting to you. So let me introduce our ecosystem. First of all, I will tell you about digital ecosystem Hachu Halal. So this is a system of eco-services aimed at satisfaction of demand of Muslim people. So there are prepositions for such applications. So 20 million of Muslim people in the Russian Federation, and the Muslim population in Russia is growing annually. Also, there is a higher share of halal in the global market. And these are the two reasons for being high attentive to it. It's very interesting that in Russia still there is no complex digital solution for Muslim demands. So we include 10 various business directions in order to provide various ways of interactions with businesses in terms, in particular restaurants and bistros. The list of services like Avito, but they are all services have a format allowed, and it is possible to find a mosque or a prayer room. Even in an expo center, it's possible to do it here, and to see photos of the priests, and then you can approach them and just look at by looking at the picture. And just this night, we launched the service Islamic Partner Finances. So we aggregated 20 participants and introduced in a very comfortable mode everything they offer to their customers, and all that can be found in our application. So follow halal criteria is a very important component of our work, and therefore we agreed and we signed an agreement with Association of Muslim People in Tatarstan. It's a regulative body that can help to boost halal products in the Republic. Up to 1/5 of the all volumes and services globally are halal. This is the data provided by Rose Congress. We also in Tatarstan held a socio poll that showed that there is a high demand on our solution. People are tired to find in Instagram, Telegram, or somewhere else to find honey and other products, and we offer to find all needed products in one application. As for monetization, so we expect to see the following figures. In the first year, certainly they won't be big, but starting from the second year, we hope to see a higher boost due to to developing market ways by halal criteria. It could be kind of summer cut in terms of product distribution, but everything they offer would be 100% halal, and the same goes for household goods. We are going to build our own infrastructure, offer our customers the best possible service, the best quality, and together with them to guarantee that these halal products it has never been, for example, next to the products for adults. And therefore, we hope to see high turnover of the companies that will offer their products to us. So we made an analysis, comparative analysis to other players on the market, those who also use some business directions like us. And half circle means it has been implemented, but not in the way we wanted to see it. And where there are gray zones, it means it hasn't been implemented. And first of all, the problem of all our competitors or colleagues is to provide criteria of halal. Okay, there is a product with a halal label, but a nice picture is not enough. There should be a document that proves it. We have discussed the main risk factors with our team. We are trying to mitigate them. We are members of Venture Forum. We also use in various pitch sessions here. We continue talking to our potential partners. And we grow our own inner development group and marketing, trying to do everything ourselves. We believe this is going to be most effective. Here is our roadmap. It could be found also on our website. I will share later on data room where all information could be found. And up to September of 2026, we plan to start working with the marketplace in order to offer our products internationally as well. This is our team. We have 25 young people full of enthusiasm who want to make people's life better. Sometimes they overwork, sometimes they generate some extraordinary ideas, and I'm very grateful to them. This is our financial model. We plan to use it up to 2028. We have yes, we have revised it a few times, but the revision was not more than 1%. We do understand that we have done a lot, even though this is only the start of our journey. We already fundraised 15 million rubles, so we developed a website, our own application, but we do understand that a lot is yet to be done. We want to find an investor for 80 million rubles, and this money will help us to extend our marketing activity, will help us to build up a marketplace as a real infrastructure and IT infrastructure as well. We offer 15% in the share of our company, and we are confident that 4 years later, we will be able to pay to our investors, and then our investor can either sell their share or keep getting dividends. So in the first 3 years, we are going to invest all our profit into the investments. So this is the data room of our project. All presentations, all speakers, all speeches can be found there. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for your presentation. This is an amazing project. Dear colleagues, dear experts, any questions? I will ask a question. Well, first of all, I would like to ask, what is your financial situation? And there are quite many projects like that in our republic. What is your unique point? So why have you decided to come up with your own project, and how different is it from others? Well, I won't call the names of other companies, but our unique point is guarantee of halal products. Before I cannot see the certificate and cannot prove the genuine nature of this product. No, this product won't be traded on in our platform. I can show here in Halal Expo shawarma, and it will be appeared there. We are not happy with that. We want to provide a wider range of services, B2B, recruiting, marketplace. Such solutions have not been invited. Okay. Do you have any monetizations? Do you have any income? Well, so we do not launch our advertisement as we try to accumulate more potential clients. As soon as we get them, we are going to sell. What else do you have in the model of monetization? Apart from promotion, we can offer certain services. We plan to realize a B2B service in order to link wholesale suppliers with customers, and we will be in the middle to provide conversion of the currency and transfer it through the borders, and guarantee of halal nature of products to the customers. And there are quite many offers like that. In other cases, when there will be promotion and advertisement, well, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Dear colleagues, dear experts, unfortunately, we ran out of time. Our pitch session is over. I would like to express my gratitude to all our experts, to all our participants for very interesting projects, and I would like to wish you a very fruitful time on this forum. Good luck to you. Thank you very much.